Hey guys, Leah here from Blissful Being. This video is following on from the last one, talking about how to enroll someone and how to host a class and all of those things. But it's very important for me to talk to you about ethical enrolling. So within the Blissful Being team, we pride ourselves on being ethical at all times with the way that we enroll people. And so I'll explain to you a little bit about what that means. So basically, we don't want to be greedy or poachers or anything like that. So the way that we want to conduct our business is with integrity and morals. So when you're enrolling someone, there's a key question that you need to ask them. So if someone comes to your class, or if they're talking to you online, or they've approached you about the oils, you just need to ask them this one main question, and that is, are you currently working with someone towards getting your essential oils? So that's just asking them if they have been, back and forth working with somebody else in getting them some essential oils, and maybe they've just seen a post of yours that looks really pretty or something, and that's drawn them straight to you, and they don't realize that, enrolling with someone means that you're in their team and they can't go back to their friend or whatever. So it's just important to make that clear and just ask the question. So just say, are you working with anybody else currently about essential oils, or did you just hear about them from me? And that's what we call ethical enrolling. So making sure that we aren't like poaching sort of thing, somebody else, which is really, really important. It works for the better of the greater good of all involved. And, if someone's got a friend that's doing doTERRA, of course that they should sort of be in a group with their friends, or a family member, of course they should enroll with their family member, because they should support each other in that way and on their journey together. There are a few blurred lines with the whole ethical enrolling thing, but something that I go by is the whole, are you currently working with someone? So what it means to be currently working with someone is that you are talking with them one-on-one, and they have responded to you. So for example, scenario A, I go up to Joey or I send Joey a message and I say, hey Joey, I'm into these essential oils, they're amazing, I think you'd really like them, would you like some more information? If Joey doesn't reply to me, she doesn't reply to my message, maybe I message one more time, she still doesn't reply, then I wouldn't call that working with them. That means you've reached out to them, but perhaps they don't feel totally meshed with you in this particular situation. So then if, Sarah goes along and enrolls Joey, I'd be okay with that, because, I approached Joey, but Joey didn't respond to me. So maybe Joey had a stronger connection with Sarah in that field. So that's totally fine. So that's scenario one. Scenario two could be that you've been talking with someone, but they didn't follow through and get their oils. So they kind of sounded interested, like, oh yeah, send me some information, that'd be great. And then you follow up with them to see if they want to get some oils, but they don't respond or they never order, and time goes by. So I wouldn't say that that's actively working with them either. And of course, different situations can be a bit tricky. So always just talk to your upline if you have any concerns. But basically, if you've approached someone and then they're not getting back to you, they're not following through with an order, there's something there that's stopping them. So maybe someone else will come along and they'll just resonate really strongly with them, Maybe they've got a lot in common, or they're friends from way back in the past, or, something really meshes and they have a really strong bond. Then that's okay for that person to go and enroll with that person. Because you tried, but there was something stopping them, it wasn't quite working out. So that's okay that they've enrolled with somebody else. However, if you are working with someone actively and they're coming to your classes, they're really keen to get the oils, maybe they're just saving up or something like that, and then someone else swoops on in and offers them a better deal, then that's what we call poaching. So making sure that we ask that question, are you currently working with somebody, is really important, okay? And of course, customer choice comes into play. So you can't make someone enroll with you just because you've been talking to them. It is ultimately their decision. But the main thing is that you ask that question and give them the opportunity to go back to the person that they've been working with. And that's really important. And even though, sometimes you're like, oh, but I just need one more enrollment and I qualify for that incentive trip or something, it won't serve you in the long run, okay? So it just won't serve you. So asking the question, and if they say, oh yeah, I went to such and such's class last month, and I did tell them that I was going to get some, then you say, that's great. You know, all that I care about is that you've got essential oils in your life. That's my mission, that's my goal, and that's my passion. So you go back to them and they'll set you up with a wholesale account, and, you know, I wish you all the best on your journey. So, you know, that's perfect, and that's the way to do it, with integrity, with morals, and with respect. Yeah, so of course there's little situations which can come about, and you know, if someone came to me and they really wanted my support, but then their mum's enrolled with doTERRA, you know, you get all these weird, you know, different things. So just always talk to your upline and ask for advice and guidance on that. But it is very clear for me to let you know that that's the protocol that we go by. So you need to be asking that question, are you currently working with someone, when you first start out talking to them. So you don't want to like scare them off and be like, what did you hear about your oils? You know, but just gauge it. You don't have to use those exact words. You can, you know, oh, so have you used essential oils before? Or have you ever been to a class? Or do you know much about essential oils? And that can give you a gauge, and then you can start. And if they say, oh, yeah, I know a bit because I've been to a few classes, then you'd be like, okay, well, whose class did you go to? Maybe I know them. Or maybe I'm working with them. Maybe they're in my team as well. So you just have to ask the questions and get it flowing. Don't just jump on someone that sends you a message and be like, yes, they're mine. Yeah, and you'll see as time goes on, if you know, when you're not acting ethically and doing things the wrong way, it seems to come back and bite you. So, you know, like that person will never order again, or something will happen because maybe they don't resonate with you, and it's just best for the long term. And that's a beautiful thing to teach the people that you're enrolling. And the people below them, so that's something that follows on. And what was I going to say? I had something else just then. Anyway, all right, so the other thing is the person who introduces them to the oils is the enroller. In the situation that I'm talking about with this is that, so say you have a class, and Joey and Sarah, first names are coming to my mind. Joey and Sarah come along to the class. You invited Joey because she's your friend, but Joey invited Sarah along. Then if they both decide to enroll, Sarah becomes the Joey is the enroller of Sarah because she invited Sarah to the class, okay? I would enroll Joey, but Joey would enroll Sarah. And there's really good reasons behind doing that and behind growing your team that way. Likewise, if you hold a class for somebody else, so if I go and do a class for Joey, I don't hold enrollership of anyone in that class. They're Joey's enrollments. And the reason, you know, the thought process that I go through in that situation when deciding who is the enroller, I think now, would I have met Sarah, and would Sarah have come to one of my classes if Joey didn't invite her, or if Joey wasn't involved in that whole thing? So that's, you know, the thought process that goes through my mind. No, I wouldn't have met Sarah. Sarah wouldn't have come to my class if it wasn't for Joey. So that's why Joey should be the one that enrolls Sarah, not me. So I hope that makes sense. It will make more sense as you go, and as you talk with your upline, or talk to myself about these different issues and different things that come up. But if you just keep that in your mind, whoever, you know, started off the initial getting them to the class or whatever like that, then they enroll them. And likewise, always asking that question, are you currently working with someone? So that's just making sure that in our Blissful Being community, we are always being integral, moral and ethical, and it shows in the people that we attract, because everybody is so beautiful and lovely, and that's because we're doing that. And when you say that to someone, when you say, oh, I wanted to make sure that you weren't currently working with someone because I don't want to, you know, get in the middle of you, between you and somebody else, or I don't want to be, you know, taking away enrollments, I'm not greedy. People love and respect that. When they hear you say that, they feel even more strongly about becoming a part of your team, and they're so excited to be on your team and working with you because they know straight away the kind of person that you are. So I hope that that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions around that, and I can work with you in working through that. Cool.